I think that'll work. All right. Who do we have? We have Dove and Mary. Hi, Mary. Hey, Dove. Looks like Jamie's popping on. Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Let's see. All right. Well, hey, Stephanie,
Hey, Steve.
looking radiant. Glad you're here.
Glad to be here. How are you?
I'm okay. You feeling better?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Hey, Barb.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How you doing today?
Well, let's say I had 3 classes of yoga today.
You what?
I had 3 classes of yoga
Oh, well.
that I taught in my 8 hours of my other job. And that was the 4th one.
Sounds like it's time for you to take a class that somebody else is guiding after all that work you did.
Now it's my time, you know.
That's right. Do you have your adventuring shoes picked out yet?
Adventuring shoes? No.
Or adventuring hat or whatever?
Still waiting for my passport.
I hear they made more restrictions in Canada today.
Yeah, that's why I need to travel as soon as possible. So
Much
this week.
good fortune with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to give just a couple more minutes, let a few more come on. Hey, I'm going to let y'all know there's one pose going to happen tonight where you'll definitely want a block or a bolster. Yeah, there's one that is definitely going to be a good idea to have that. Oh, I should put do not disturb on this thing here. Oops. Still not quite accustomed to using my phone for this. All right. And that background droning sound, that's my fan. I'm going to shut that off when we get going. But, you know, we had about 4 days of spring in Texas. We went from freezing to really awesome spring to, all right, here's the heat. The Pitta in me is excited about heat. I don't know. It'll be different this year. Hey, Wilson. You know, maybe not just a block. You might find a bolster might be kind of cool. Sometimes strap. For those not familiar with yin, we kind of hold a pose for a while. So sometimes folks like to use particular props for that. I personally kind of got accustomed to using clothing and towels. I got a yoga strap. It just gathers dust these days. I grab onto my shirt or a towel or something. So yeah, you might want something like that. Dos más minutes. I'm watching the clock here on my screen, and it says 8:03. So I'm gonna give 2 more minutes. I've not worked in this time block before, so I'm not sure. There was a lot of votes for this particular time, so that's why I picked it. Guess we're gonna find out.
Am I too far away from here?
Can't hear you. What?
Are we gonna do standing poses?
No.
So I don't need this view here.
Must
Something
have just say to turn off my audio.
No problem, Doug. I can mute you, I think. Here, I got it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Can you raise a bit your volume?
Say what?
If you can raise the volume.
You know what? Let me do this. How's that?
I think it's better.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. The volume's just going to be what it is. I don't have a microphone at this point in life.
No, it's good. Now it's better. I don't know why, what was before that
I
one.
had a fan running,
Ah,
so it's
oh, I'm
making some
sorry.
background sound. All right, who do we got on? All right, all right, all right. Well, how about we get going? I'm going to mute everybody out. You'll be able to unmute yourself if necessary, you know, emergencies or whatever. So I've got this set up at a spotlight view, just like the other classes you come to with me. Everybody to make sure that they have their views set to speaker view. So you should probably just be seeing me if it's in speaker view. And that way, you know, everybody got a little privacy. I like if your camera is on. It helps me the best guide with cues, but it's not required. If you prefer to have your camera off, that's okay. I guess I should have asked. Can you hear me? Hold your hand up if you hear me. All right, all right, all right, cool. All right, so let's proceed. So yin practice, those not familiar with yin, is holding deep, very sensuous, stretching poses for duration. Most of the yin classes I do, we hold a pose for 5 to 7 minutes. I pick one out that we hold a little longer, but this is a bit different. This is an end of the day yin practice. This is going to be, we're going to hold for about two-ish minutes. It'll be a little meditation as well. What we're looking to do is just kind of all day long. It's been go, go, do, do. How about we just slow down, be still, and just be. So let's get started out in a child's pose, please. In child's pose, if you don't know child's pose, that's all right. Just go to the hands and knees. Just push your butt back to your heels. Walk your hands forward so your chest comes on down. And you can have knees together for more rounding of your spine, or you can open your knees and take a little pressure off of them, come a little deeper into your hips. You can keep your arms reaching forward, or you can sweep them back down the side of your rib cage. Maybe you just want to bend your elbows and put the thumbs on the back of your skull. Just options, but just get grounded with it. I don't really know much sweeter, gentler way to start shifting into yoga mode. I mean, it's a different style that we're doing, but same meat and potatoes. It's meditative. To find meditative, we got to get concentrated, focusated. So how about some breathing? Let's start breath by just moving air through the nostrils, if appropriate. You know, put your lips together, but don't let your teeth be touching. You're not chewing on anything. in this particular type of practice, sometimes I'll flatten my tongue and let the side edges of my tongue just sit between my teeth. Soft, gentle, keeps me from grinding. Your breath can be as deep as you like. You're not necessarily looking for all that oxygen that we would be in more active practice. So just the depth of breath that's appropriate for you, but let's make it smooth, even. Samavritis, even turnings. Even inhale, same duration exhale. You can dwell in the little kambuka, the pause at top and bottom. You can hang out in that for a moment. Right? Time kind of stops. Now, if it's cool with you, just close your eyes. There's a little movie screen right between your eyebrows. You can focus your vision on that. And just start allowing yourself to be here right now, exactly as you are. Because it's cool, whatever it is, man. Just be here with me. We have three aspects of yin pose. New pose, new pose. We go into three things. First thing, you find your edge. It's that place between too much and not enough. It's sensual. You feel it. But it's not over aggressive or forceful. It's just nice. Second thing, we soften around that edge with exhales. Just exhale, melting into it like butter on a hot potato. Just melt. And third thing, we use a little time and stillness to let the not so much let the body get into the pose, but let the pose get into the body. Yeah. From time to time, mind wanders, and that's okay. No judgment with that. Just say, oh, hey, look, there it goes again. Bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to your sensation. Just let thoughts move. They come in, they travel across the sky, and they go out. Yeah. Stay with this breath as you come right up to a tabletop pose. Hands and knees, all fours. Shoulders over wrists, and hips are going to be over knees. Inhale, tilt your pelvis up, your butt up, your heart forward, your belly down. Called cow pose. And then exhale. Follow that exhale all the way in the rounding of the back, tucking of the tailbone, dropping of the chin. Halloween cat pose. Inhale, move through the full inhale. End your inhale in cow. And exhale, moving, transitioning over the entire exhale, ending the exhale in cat. Just for a few minutes, continue that. Breath, tempo, your choice. That's right. Let the Kambuko hold you in pose for 1 or 2 heartbeats. And the body just follows the motion of your breath. Mm. Your shoulders, just a little baby back. Forearms are parallel, palms against the mat. It's called Sphinx pose. Yeah. Maybe a little pressure into the flesh of your forearms, the flesh of your palms. Lengthen the belly a little, pull your heart forward through your arms. Maybe tuck the chin towards the throat a little bit to lengthen the back of your neck. See if you can use your mind's eye. Follow the line of your spine. Follow that curve from tailbone, the lumbar, and then the curve kind of increases through the thoracic, where your ribs are attached, right up to the brainstem. Mm. We begin to practice observation. We'll just use mind's eye. Look at the place of sensation. In mindful observation, we have 3 L's. Look, label it without bias, and then leave it alone. No attachment. Let it be raw. We continue to stay in stillness, meaning no fidgeting, no unnecessary movement. Now, your mind will want to fidget. You might want to scratch the nose or pick the toes. It doesn't mean you have to do it. You just let it be. You can stay right here in Sphinx, or open your fingers out towards the front corners of your mat and just straighten your elbows out, coming up a little higher, what we call seal pose. Just feel what that does. As you walk your hands back, you can increase the bend. Walk them forward for a little less. It's very personal. It's your back. I don't know what you're feeling. I can only guess. We all know you're not listening to Steve. You're just hearing Steve. You're listening to your body. Yeah. Setting aside attachment and bias, and just rolling with some innocent curiosity. Good. Now come on back down. Let your chest kiss the ground for a second, and then push right back up the table. A neutral spine table, flat back. Just point your nose at your mat. Let your skull be neutral as well. Good. You cross your shins behind you and just walk your hands back until you're sitting cross-legged. Yeah, it's kind of a groovy little ninja style going to seated. And from there, put the soles of your feet together and let your knees point away from each other. Use your hands, take a hold of ankles or feet and draw heels up towards your groin. And holding on to ankles or feet, either one, just get a nice grip there with your hands. As you breathe in, lift your breastbone away from your tailbone, lengthen. As you breathe out, bend your elbows and keep a long spine, hinge forward, bring your face kind of towards the floor beyond your toes. You know, I didn't say to the floor, just towards the floor. Yeah. Long spine, soft face, steady breath. Again, with eyes closed, just take a look around. That thought that just passed through, you can look at it. You can label it. And then you just let it be. Notice on inner thighs, is there anything tensing, gripping? Just exhale, soften and let go. Let it release. It's pretty interesting. Right about now is the time as we go out of stretching muscles into ligaments, tendons, extracellular matrix, the mind starts to get a little fidgety. Pretty natural. I mean, you're breaking the greatest addiction of your life, the place where your mind is. You present some resistance. So just look at it. Label it. What is it? Agitation, curiosity, boredom. Just let it be. Just let it be what it is, man. Come on back. Back up. Bring your torso straight back up. Just set your palms on the mat, somewhere back behind your hips. Feet flat on the mat, knees bent. I don't know, maybe about hips distance. You get a little rebound here. As you exhale, just drop knees over to the right. Maybe pull your left shoulder back for a little more. As you inhale, come back center with knees, chest. And then breathe out, drop knees to the left, and maybe rotate right shoulder back a little bit. Just take that, tie it to your breath, and move at your tempo. Come center, drop to the right. Come center, drop to the left. Just letting that prior pose dissipate. You may want to rotate the face the long side of your mat or not, don't have to. But open legs out wide. Yin tradition. This is called straddle pose. Some of you know it's Upavishta Konasana, or just sitting with my legs spread wide, my toes up and my heels down. You put your hands on the mat right between your legs there. As you breathe in, press into your palms, lift your breastbone away from your tailbone. As you breathe out, just start walking your hands forward, maybe 2 inches, maybe 5 centimeters. And then inhale, pull breastbone forward, and exhale, walk a little deeper. Continue that process until you arrive at your edge. And it's your edge, not my edge. Everybody's a little different. Just find that sweet spot and then stare at it. Just look at it. Just breathe into it. And with your eyes closed, take a look around. Maybe you notice an emotion. Oh, that's interesting. So just look at it, label it, and just let it be. Could be happy, could be sad, could be excited, could be bored. Either way, just let it be. Don't wrestle with it. Equanimity, non-reactive, feeling without reacting. Let's look for one more thing here. Take a look, mind's eye, the point of the most sensation. Stare at it. Soft face, steady breath. What color is that sensation? Is it a cool blue, spicy red, maybe a warm orange, a light, airy lavender maybe? I don't know. Yeah, this is that spot right about now. Body makes phase shift in the ligaments, tendons, fascia, bones, cellular wall. So you might notice monkeys in the kitchen might get a little noisy. They want to fidget, they want to wiggle. But what happens if you stay still longer than you want to? I don't know. Take a look and see. And just walking your hands on back, come up, long spine, shoulders come up over your hips. You could use arm strength to just bring your legs back together, right out in front of you. Heels down, toes up. Set your palms on the mat right next to your hips. Maybe drop your feet left and right a few times. Just windshield wiper with your toes, with your feet. Oh, wow. How about that, huh? Maybe wiggle your sit bones a little side to side. Mm. It's just nice, right? Now, back to stillness, no moving. Inhale, reach your arms just up as high as you can. Lengthen your torso. Hold this length. Exhale, hinge forward, bending at your hips. Let your hands come on down, wherever they may. Maybe they're on shins or ankles, toes, or maybe outsides of your feet. Get a hold of whatever it is. On an inhale, just pull your breastbone towards your toe. On an exhale, hinge a little deeper, and at the very end of your exhale, drop your chin, round your spine, melt over your thigh. In yin, this is called caterpillar. It's a pretty cool spot to practice surrendering. It's often the pose where those thoughts arise, the competitive thoughts. Why am I not deeper in this? Why is one side tighter than the other? What a wonderful opportunity to just observe. Just let it be. No bias, no judgment. Just look at it with eyes of loving acceptance, santosha. And when the fidgets start to show up, no aggravation, no frustration, just smile. It's just manifestation of withdrawal. It means your practice is working. The thoughts that get a little squirrely, no frustration or aggravation. Just smile. No, hey, my practice is working. Look, there it goes again. How about that? It's times in stillness. It seems kind of counterproductive, right? Schedules, deadlines, passports, dinners. How can I be still when there's so much to do? But the benefit when we find still, dwell in, we end up making less accidents, we become less scattered, we develop mindfulness, the body, the quieting of the mind. Yoga, chitta, vritta, nirodha. Just stay with your breath. nice and slow, no hurries, no worries. Just walk hands back as you bring your torso upright one more time. Tall, erect spine, palms on the mat next to your hips. The Dandasana. But this time, without shrugging your shoulders, just press into your palms. Just lift your sit bones just enough so that your spine kind of hang long. Yeah, just walk your hands forward next to your hips so you're straight up and down with arms and spine. Just a little lift. Nice. Now set your seat back down and roll down through your back. Bend your knees with your feet flat. I would say about hips width. Reach out, take a hold of your block, bring it close to you. Press into the soles of your feet and use a little quad and a little glute to lift your pelvis up into a bridge. And then just slide your block underneath your sacrum, not your lumbar, sacrum. Triangular bone, base of your spine. You have 3 different heights to pick from. Choose the height of your block that works best. You can do what you like with your arms. You can open them wide. You can bend elbows and make saguaro cactus arms. Or maybe you can interlace your fingers down there way beyond your block. Roll your shoulders open. Just find what works for you. Just let your thighs and your glutes relax, release. Let the block hold you there. Now here we can allow ourselves to just be. Different sensations in your anatomy. There's kind of like 3 major sensations. See if you can identify any of them. You have tension. Imagine a sponge. Tension would be stretching, lengthening the sponge. You have compression. It will be squeezing the sponge. And you have shearing, and that's kind of like twisting the sponge. So just with eyes closed, take a look around your body. You notice the sensation, give it a label, what it is. No need for adjectives, just now. And let it be. Observation without bias can be a very, very challenging practice. It's also very powerful. It's how you develop your witness, how you create a little space, and how you find a little freedom, moksha. The And this is where we learn that we are not our thoughts, we are not our emotions. Thoughts, emotions are just phenomena. They're not our identity. Go ahead and press into your feet. Remove your block. And just settle your spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae, flat to the ground. Place your outer right ankle on your left thigh. It is almost to your knee, like 1 centimeter away from your knee. You can use your right arm to thread the needle, reach through that figure 4 hole there. Left arm around outside of your left leg. You can grab your hamstring, you can grab your shin, and then just start to pull your left thigh towards your left chest. Let your right knee fall away, digging into something deep down in your right hip. Call figure 4, call it a supine pigeon. You call it gently touching the piriformis muscle. And while you're there, perhaps you can sort of press your right hip down and away. See what the feeling is there, what the sensation, down and away. There's a spot right in there. Maybe you can give it a little touch. Hips, probably the most real estate on our body as far as joints go, finding hips. So it really, makes sense. Emotions, stress, and stuff, it's stashed in that area. You just take a little time to open that spot up, let a little light in, let a little breath go in there, grab a hold of whatever you don't need. You exhale, adios is right on out of your body. Let it go, but don't need it no more. And even appeal to universal consciousness, something higher. And say, hey, whatever's in that hip that I no longer need, can it please be removed now? Thanks. Keep your legs where they are. Let go with your hands and just bring your left knee over your right knee, like you're going to make eagle legs without tucking your right foot behind your left calf. No need for the tuck. Just wrap grapevine your legs around. Left leg around right leg. Open your right arm off to the side. And just let your knees, your wrapped legs, drop to the left. It's just like an eagle twist. Yeah, you got it. Isn't that sweet, right? It's nice. You can turn your eyes down the right side there. And then let them close. Just observe, just watch. Come on back center. Release the wrap and give your knees a little hug. And place your right foot flat on the floor and the outer left ankle the far end of your right thigh. Again, just like a centimeter, a half an inch away from your knee. And thread your left arm through, thread the needle, wrap the right arm around the outside of your right leg and take a hold of hamstring or shin. And begin to draw your right thigh towards right chest. You feel that spot up underneath, deep in the left hip there. It's like not quite butt cheek, it's something else. A little something extra, maybe begin to push left hip, left sit bone down and away. Sometimes it gets there, some kind of depends on the structure of your piriformis muscle. Remember, hips are different for everybody. Stay with your breath. How about the outer edges of your tongue? Are they still keeping your teeth apart? How about the spot between your eyebrows? I mean on the outside. Is it soft or is it wrinkled? Just let your eyebrows fall away from each other. Ooh. Hmm. Now, what is that? Your left. Yeah, it's your left. Go ahead and wrap your left leg around your right leg like a grapevine, kind of like Garuda, like eagle, without the foot top. Left arm opens off to the side. Knees just drop over to the right. Yeah. You can turn your head to the left. That's pretty nice, baby. Just continue to observe. Be like at the movies. Be the person out in the seat watching the movie rather than the person up on the screen in the movie. Just watch. Make that space. Let your witness awaken. Yeah. Witnessing can serve you in challenging times. The heat is on. Stuff is coming at you. Maybe a couple deep breaths and a little separation. You can observe and then reflect or respond. Do not react, right? These are the powers, the strengths that we build through this very practice. Yeah. Now go ahead and come back out of your twist. Hug both knees in one more time. Well, as tight as you like, as loose as you like, just kind of bring the knees in. And then go ahead and extend your arms and legs out and lay them on the mat. Not Shavasana, but pentacle. Arms and legs wide, like each star. It's called pentacle pose. For just a couple breaths here, we can observe the washing of sensation over our body. Hip joints traveling down thighs, up your obliques, spine warm. I don't know, is there any tingling anywhere? So the left side of our body is the yin side of our body. So you can start to bring your arms and legs kind of, arms closer to your torso, legs closer together. Put a little bend in your right knee. Just push into your foot. Roll to your left side for a moment. You can make a pillow with your forearm. Just let the left side of your body ground into the planet. Just let it ground, let it set. About 2 breaths. And then with your right palm just kind of on the mat in front of your chest, just start to push. Come upright. Just press yourself upright. You come to a seated position, cross-legged seated position, your choice. You can be with legs crisscross applesauce, easy seated pose. You can draw heels to groin, stacking ankles, siddhasana. Maybe you get down with the Padmasana, lotus. Whatever it is, make it yours. Keep it grounded and even. Just place your palms on your thighs. Muscles of your back only engaged enough to keep spine long and erect. Face is still soft, breath is still steady. If they're not already there, close your eyes if it's appropriate. Just follow your breath. Observe breath enter your nostrils. Brush the back of your throat. Rush down behind your heart. Swirl around your bed. Rise back up behind your heart. Exit your nose and just tickle your upper lip on its way out. Let the breath move naturally. We come to end of the day review. You've already awakened our wits. We understand, observe, look at sensation, look at thought. We apply that to this meditation. Looking back over your day, entire day, reviewing the events, the vicissitudes, the victory. Just ask a couple questions. Ask yourself, where was I resentful? Where was I forgiven? Where was I self? Where was I generous? Where was I untruthful? Where was I truthful, Satya? Where was I afraid? Where was I trusting? Were my thoughts of myself? Were my thoughts of service to others? Just breathe and let the answers arise. Observe, this is not about self-abasement, self-punishing, nor is it about self-congratulating, self-adoration. It's just about observing, just taking note, some awareness. You find it, self-abasement, self-adoration, two sides of the same coin. You just observe. You self-inquiry, because Svayaya, fourth niyama, look at self. Enlighten, turn on the lights to see. As Socrates said, know thyself. And allow for the willingness, a little surrender. As we ask for a little direction from something higher. Now let's just take it a little deeper. Mantra. Om. Moksha. Brahma. Nama. Oh, it's the hymn of the universe. Moksha. Freedom, liberation from bondage of self. Brahma. The universal consciousness, baby, the place where the power comes from to do what we cannot. Nama. It's a salutation and an invitation. Oh. Moksha, Brahm, Nama, Om, Moksha, Brahm, Nam, Om, Moksha, Brahm, Nam. Continue to repeat silently or out loud, whatever you choose. Mind wanders, come back to the mantra, Om, Moksha, Brahm, Nama. Feel the vibration, the syllable. Continue this mantra for as long as you like. Just follow it, just ride it. See what it allows in. I leave each of you with my gratitude, and I leave you with my love. Om Shanti.